Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Tokyo Necro. It has actually been quite a bit since I last played this. I think about a week or so. And this might be the first time you guys actually see the title screen. Reason being is because usually while I have this on, like a couple of episodes ago, I didn't know how to actually save the game, right? So I would actually have to start a new game and then after that access my quick save. Because what I didn't know was that this also allows you to access your quick save. Like, it's actually quite dumb. X here is the scene recollection for the H scenes. Z, this. I thought this was, you know, a scene recollection thing. But turns out this is my autosave. Or not autosave, my quick saves. So I could have just gone there and then load from here. And these are your regular saves. So yeah, I'm trying to remember what the hell happened last time. The 5th. Wow, it's actually almost been 2 weeks since I last played this. Okay, right now it's in the 16th. So let's actually play this and try to remember where I last left off. I remember getting fucked by Milgram, and then Etika also got fucked by the, you know, the undead. What do you call those again? Basically the undead that was flying, right? While we were trying to find memories for Iria. But I guess we're back home right now. The mood at the table is sour, to say the least. It feels nothing like yesterday. Oh yeah, the living dead. Everyone already has their minds on the post-meal meeting, and the reality we have to confront. We failed to overcome Milgram, and we're utterly defeated by him. I'm guessing it's definitely because of my choices. This probably could have gone very differently if we won against the living dead, along with Milgram. Although we did manage to survive the ordeal by a hair's breadth, I'm unsure if I'll be able to protect Iria should we have another run-in with Milgram and his followers.
ねえねえ、みんな、そんなに落ち込まないの。みんなまた一緒にご飯が食べられるようになったんだよ。感謝しなきゃ。そうね。
The fact that they also didn't kill us and didn't take Iria also feels like there's something wrong. Like, you know, they're letting this happen. Why, I'm not sure.
ありがとう、イリアちゃん。
Ryoko's expression softens. There's a nigh otherworldly quality to Iria's words. She manages to effortlessly lighten the mood and mend our broken spirits. I'm really glad to have her with us. There's one thing still bothering me though. Somehow, Ryoko's cooking just doesn't taste as good as usual. Could it be a side effect of the medicine they gave me at the hospital? I still haven't quite gotten used to my new body either. Alright, we actually got fucked and then we have like several surgeries. Or, you know, they have like backup body parts. And we basically got strewn out. Is that how you use that word, strewn? I don't think so. Basically, they sew other body parts into our own, right? It feels almost like I'm in someone else's skin. I'll have to train extra hard so I can return to my usual self ASAP. And so, the meeting begins in earnest.
まずは謝らせてちょうだい。私はミルグラムの接近に気づくことができなかった。特にイリアちゃんをあの場所に送り込んだのは明らかな判断ミスよ。ごめんなさい。
Ryoko bows her head as deep as she can. Her apology is probably aimed primarily at me. I was the most reluctant to bring Iria along. It's only fair to acknowledge her sincerity. Once Ryoko has raised her head, I decide to speak up as well.
確かに イリアをあの場所に連れて行くことにリスクはあった。でも僕たちはギリギリで危険を回避した。
They did say that Mitsumi saved us, but I kinda doubt it. Probably once Mitsumi came, Milgram decided to not take the fight seriously. At least that's what I assume.
そしてリスクを負った分収穫はありました。イリアがいなければ多分あの隠し部屋を見つけることはできなかったでしょう。
詳しく聞かせてもらおうか。
Alerted by the unexpected voice, I immediately rise from my seat and to shield Iria from any potential harm. However, the person who enters the room
やっほーみつみ、元気してた？
is none other than Gijo Mitsumi.
入り口の鍵が開いていた。不用心だぞ。
Ryoko hastily takes out her papyrus. She begins running a fresh security check, her expression visibly perplexed. Paying no heed to our slightly panicked leader, Mitsumi marches confidently into the middle of the room.
いいか？よ、ミルグラムとラボラトリーは今までの雑魚とは違う。油断していたら簡単にやられるぞ。
あらみつみ、ミルグラムに詳しそうね。
Etika says with a hint of provocation in her voice. Mitsumi simply closes her eyes and continues.
今日は相談があってやってきた。相談？我々は協力する必要がある。
Mitsumi's unexpected offer renders us completely speechless. After a long pause, Ryoko addresses Mitsumi to formally confirm her intentions.
議場静止者追跡事務所が私たちと共同戦線を？そうだ。
Mitsumi nods, but Tokitaka feels compelled to interject.
俺たちはお前に何度も煮えを飲まされてきた。一人じゃ勝ち目がないからって助けを借りようなんて都合良すぎだろ。
では、お主らだけで十分に戦えたか？
次はちゃんと対策を立てるさ。
何の対策だ？ミルグラムをお主らはどれほど知っている？
Tokitaka, who picks off his enemies from afar with an antimaterial. Man, it's so weird saying that. But yeah, I do know that antimaterial and antimaterial are both different things. A friend actually told me about that. But it's still so weird saying that. Rifle, and Mitsumi, who cuts through her foes at close range with an ultrasonic vibro katana. Whenever these two have a conversation, it always ends in an argument. Incompatible in every sense of the word.
まあまあ、二人とも。
Ryoko interrupts the two before it can lead to a complete breakdown in negotiations. We don't even know who else is part of the Gijo, like Live and Dead, agency. If there is anyone capable of easing the tension in the room, it's her.
確かに池袋 CPC の一件を見れば、ミルグラムやラボラトリーが一筋縄でいかないことはよくわかるわ。お互いに協力するメリットはありそうね。ただし一つ条件がある。何かしら？
Mitsumi closes her eyes before continuing. Her words are bathed in the fires of her inner conviction.
ミルグラムにとどめを刺すのはこの議長三見だ。
あらー、それってつまりミルグラムの賞金が欲しいってこと？
Now, we saw her event with Etika's dad. I believe she has some sort of grudge against Milgram and wants to take revenge.
賞金などいるか？
オッケー、じゃ賞金は私たちの総取りね。
え？
だったら何も文句ないよね。
確かに。今ミルグラムの国際賞金総額は2億3000万くらいだから、取り分が1人減っただけでも。
Smart.
大丈夫大丈夫、私たちもちゃんと協力してあげる。スパッととどめは刺させてあげるから、賞金は私たちによろしくね。
いや、先ほどそうは言ったが。
何？まさか賞金も欲しいとか？
いや、それはだな。
それは？
そのだな。
何？
必要経費というか。
ああ、うん、そうだよね。必要経費くらいは必要だよね。よし、じゃあ話はそれできんまり。
え、あ、
Mitsumi is starting to resemble a helpless puppy that's been abandoned at the side of the road. Etika really doesn't know how to show restraint.
そのくらいでいいだろ
せっかく面白かったのに。
う。三つみ、今までのは冗談だ。ミルグラムを倒すことができたなら、賞金はきちんと公平な割合で分配する。涼子さん、それでいいですね。
そうね。うちの実動部隊は私も含めて4人。そっちはみつみちゃんとお兄さんかな。そうなるな。
Don't think we've seen her brother yet. Gijo Sumihiko serves as the head of the Gijo Living Dead Stalker Agency. Head of the Gijo Living Dead Stalker Agency supports his sister Mitsumi from behind the scenes, rarely showing himself. Really? Alright, I also remember we got an H scene with Ryoko's husband. That was a really awkward H scene. God. What an awkward H scene that was. Now I'm starting to remember what happened last time I played this game. He prefers to stay behind the scenes, but guides Mitsumi on the field. If it weren't for his backing, the one-woman team that is Mitsumi would likely not be able to keep up with us.
私の力と情報を存分に使え、長岡。
期待してる。
よし、みつみちゃん、よろしくね。
Around here, Ryoko's word is law. Obey the boss in all things. It's an ironclad rule from the days when Nikatsu was still alive, and following it is how we've managed to survive for this long.
さて、それじゃあ改めて昨日の情報をまとめましょう。
That scene definitely made me look at Ryoko in another light. Kinda lose some respect points from me personally.
イリアちゃんがかつて池袋 CPC で保護されていた。それはもう間違いないと考えていいでしょう。同時にイリアちゃんがスーサイドワナビズに狙われているのもおそらくは間違いない。あの隠し部屋の破壊状況から見てもタンユンシャンがイリアちゃんのカルテを抜き去った可能性が高いわ。
Iria bites into her lower lip as she listens to Ryoko's explanation. Having remained a silent spectator until now, Mitsumi finally decides to speak up.
異論がある。ミルグラムは人前に姿を現す回数が極端に少ない。だが、だからこそ作戦には確実を期す。もしも本気で崩御を狙っていたのなら、私との戦いであそこまで簡単には引き下がらなかっただろう。
Yeah, see? Even she knows that Milgram is taking her easy.
それに、ミルグラム率いるラボラトリーの姿も見当たらなかった。ミルグラムの目的は崩御ではなかったというのが私の推察だ。
それじゃあ狙いは何だって言うんだ。
それは。
You're not gonna finish that sentence? I opt to pick up the thread of the conversation in Mitsumi's stead.
僕かもしれない。
My suggestion renders the rest of the group silent.
ミルグラムは僕の父、竹幸を知っていた。X ブレインにも多分ミルグラムのデータがあった。
Just saying that out loud is enough to dishearten me. I feel like my life is being toyed with by an invisible force.
まあまあ、そう背負い込むなって。お前が狙いなら最初からここに乗り込めばいいだろ。あたしら逃げも隠れもしないんだからさ。
Etika's bravado can be a blessing sometimes.
イリアちゃん、あなたは池袋 CPC の隠し部屋で大切な人と会ってたのよね。うん、そうだと思う。それって来島道也だったりする？
Who? Iria takes a moment to think.
そうじゃない気がするんだけど。
Still, that secret room housed personal records that were valuable enough to have been printed on actual paper. And the entire place had a distinctly different feel to it compared to the rest of the facility. One thing's for sure, it was no ordinary room. As such, it stands to reason that the facility supervisor would be aware of what exactly they were using it for.
来島道也から探りたいですね。
I actually do not remember this guy.
困ったことに詳しい情報がないのよ。もちろん東京大学時代の経歴はあるし、池袋 CPC に勤めてたことも記録されているんだけど。
Oh, I guess he was the one that made Ikebukuro CPC. I think 14 years ago. The rest of it might have been intentionally covered up. Fortunately, I know someone who happens to be an expert at digging up secrets.
ソウン君、コンスーちゃんのところに行ってくれる？
了解。
関数？あ、私も行く。
どうして君が？
それはほら、インスピレーションが湧くかも。
What is that supposed to mean?
街中ならそこまで危険はないでしょ。ソウン君、イリアちゃんをちゃんとエスコートしてあげなさいね。
The hyper ghetto is anything but safe, but I'm not about to go against Ryoko's orders.
わかりました。
エチカちゃんは軍警察ね。
オッケー、ちゃんと賞金分取ってくるよ。ミルグラムのことはうまくごまかしてね。
It's best not to reveal that we know about Tang Yunshan's visual records being covered up. We reported the incident at the Ikebukuro CPC as just another routine cleanup on Hi-Fiz.
オッケー、よろしくお願いね。あと、みつみちゃんは？無論、協力はさせてもらう。だが、私には私のやり方がある。指図は受けん。オッケー。私たちは仲間よ。相手のやり方は尊重するわ。時高くんはいつも通り、次に向けて武器の整備ね。
了解。エチカのチェーンソーボロボロだからな。
えへへ、悪いね時高。
We each make sure to keep our weapons in good shape, but Tokitaka handles all the heavy duty work. Being the numbers geek that he is, Tokitaka might even get aroused from calculating the exact percentages of our weapons' degrading efficiency rates. To say this job was made for him is an understatement. And if we run into something not even Tokitaka can handle, we usually turn to Kansu. Ryoko gulps down the rest of her early bird.
それじゃあみんな、行動開始。
She exclaims, declaring the meeting finished. I see some Pansu there. Not sure whose it is. Once everyone's taken off, Ryoko is left alone in the living/dining room. She's sorting through data on her papyrus. I assume we're Ethica now? It could easily be done via hologram as well, but having actual physical contact with the device lets her draw connections between pieces of data more easily. Or so her thinking goes.
おかしいわね。
Nothing should be malfunctioning, and yet the locking systems of the agency simply refuse to work. Ryoko didn't start in this business yesterday. She's taken all the necessary precautions when it comes to security. There should be no loopholes or easy backdoors. Even Kansu would have difficulty cracking their defenses. So then why did all this happen?
後でコンスーちゃんに相談しないと。
I guess we're actually in Ryoko's perspective now. Ryoko reboots the security system and looks up.
涼子さん、
時高くん、
Tokitaka's intent gaze startles her.
涼子さん、隠し事やめにしませんか？
何の話？
タンユンシャンの事件を追いかけ始めたのはミルグラムを探すためなんでしょ？イリアをこの家で保護したのも、ミツミを簡単に仲間に引き込んだのも、それが理由なんでしょ？
そんなことは。
ソウンやエチカは おかげで死にかけたんです。涼子さん、あなたは今膝を折って崩れ落ちたいほどの罪悪感に苛まれているはずだ。でもそれ以上にミルグラムを殺すという使命感に追い立てられている。違いますか？
時高くん。
Ryoko says no more than his name. One wrong call could very easily endanger the lives of her team, so she's learned to bury her emotions.
どうしてわかったの？
朝ごはんが食塩 0.5g 分ほど薄味だったからでしょう。
And that actually makes you think something was going on? What the fuck?
それって冗談？
I mean, I guess technically, when you're like that meticulous with your like cooking and everything else around you, something different is bound to, like, you know, like cause some suspicions. But how would he know that there would be 0.5 grams less salt in her cooking? You can't taste 0.5 grams. Not that I don't think so. There's no fucking way. Unless he actually saw her looking at the scale. Tokitaka is dead serious. He knows more about Ryoko than anyone else. His love for her runs deep.
涼子さん、俺はアンチマテリアルライフルに誓います。ミルグラムを殺して俺が一括さんの仇を討ちます。
Ryoko looks to the side, unable to bear the heat of Tokitaka's gaze.
知ってたの？
一括さんが亡くなった時に調べました。生命力の塊みたいな人でしたから、普通の事故で死ぬとはどうしても思えませんでした。一括さんは俺に生きる意味を教えてくれました。だから命に変えても。
やめて。
Ryoko shakes her head.
カラスズミ一括は戦場でいつも一人だった。でも今は違う。あなたには仲間がいるわ。ソウウン君もエチカちゃんも、そして私も。
でも
一括さんは苦しみながら最後に私に言ったの。生き残れって。私は誰も失いたくないわ。
涼子さん。
Tokitaka leans over the table and gently places a hand on Ryoko's cheeks.
俺はあの人のようにあなたを泣かせたりはしない。
時高くん。
Ryoko and Tokitaka gaze into each other's eyes. The distance between them grows shorter and shorter. Wait, is this actually gonna turn into an H scene? Tokitaka kisses Ryoko on the lips, as if to demonstrate his conviction. She accepts his kiss with no resistance, allowing the weight of her own loneliness to crush her. Her long eyelashes glimmer faintly with tears. Ryoko quickly pulls her lips away from his.
時高くん、こんな時に。
ごめんなさい。でも大丈夫です。
何が大丈夫なのよ。
Ryoko asks with a laugh. Is this gonna be Patreon exclusive? Tokitaka goes in for another kiss while his hands begin affectionately fondling Ryoko's ample breasts through her shirt. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. She fidgets but doesn't attempt to push him away. Tokitaka has learned everything there is to know about Ryoko. He can tell she wants him. This is very weird, man. Ryoko heaves a pleasured moan as Tokitaka continues kneading her breasts. It's only a matter of time until she lets herself be completely swept away by the heat of the moment. She still has just enough presence of mind to confirm the reboot of the security system with a multi-flick. But once that's done, she gives in. No longer is she the head of the agency. Right now, Kara Suzumi Ryoko is but a woman aching with desire. Tokitaka plants a kiss on the nape of her neck. He gently unbuttons her shirt, baring her naked skin. Ryoko's underwear is made from an electrically charged material designed specifically for sex. It serves to enhance all sensation tenfold. What the fuck? Why would this be? I guess technically when we were doing Ethica's H scene, they also have a trivia about artificial penises. Alluringly shiny, used in lingerie and bondage wear, stimulates the brain's reward system, aiding in sexual endeavors. Her arousal mounts and the bulges of her nipples became visible even through the fabric.
すごい格好ですね。
Man, she is super perverted.
いや、それは
So, you're the only one in this game that's not too fucking perverted, man. Don't become a sexual predator, okay?
いつでもセックスできるように準備してくれてるんですよね。
それはその
Tokitaka knows all too well how to please his beloved Ryoko. He begins by toying with her nipples through the cloth of her bra. Taking care not to be too careful, he tickles, pinches, and massages them using only the pads of his fingers. Can you like switch the CG so I can like censor this on YouTube, please? That alone is enough to drain all strength from her body. Tokitaka and Ryoko maintain their sexual relationship even after Hikatsu's passing. But not once did Tokitaka feel like she was truly his. They engaged in sex, not lovemaking. Her heart remained distant, stuck in a place he could never reach. Tokitaka knew that he was no more than a cheap replacement for Ryoko's departed husband. But if him fulfilling that role could ease Ryoko's pain, he would gladly continue to warm her bed. And yet, Tokitaka wanted something more from her. A different level of intimacy, a change in their relationship.
すごい
He takes off his boxer briefs and shirt made from plant-based synthetic fabrics, putting his muscular, stark-naked body on display. He sports a true warrior's physique, a body chiseled to perfection through rigorous training and a variety of custom-made drugs. His manhood, too, has grown in size, now far exceeding that of the average man. Are you actually, like, using implants or something on your dick? It stands tall, dark and erect, pulsing with masculinity. Its shape is ideal as well, with a slight curve near the tip. Can you, like, not, describe it too, like, too much detail? Tokitaka guides Ryoko's hand toward his manhood.
そんなもうこんなに硬くして
Ryoko starts gently rubbing Tokitaka's penis while sucking on his nipples. Even for men, the nipple can serve as an erogenous zone. Although, rather than the actual physical sensation, one would instead garner pleasure from the sight of a gorgeous woman running her tongue all across one's chest.
相変わらず熱い胸板筋肉でカチカチ
For women, the ideal duration of sexual intercourse is about 29 minutes. The female's sex drive reaches its peak at around 35 years of age, after which estrogen levels begin a gradual decline. I'm not sure if this is true, but that's pretty interesting knowledge if it is. A single round of sex burns approximately 200 kilocalories worth of energy. Lies! Lies! I don't believe that. Maybe like 50 to 100. There's no way sex burns 200 calories. The multitude of numerical values racing through Tokitaka's mind turn him on even more, although he possesses enough tact to not to recite them out loud. Tokitaka pushes Ryoko onto the nearby sofa, ready to take her. It's time for round 2. Once Tokitaka has removed the bullets from Ryoko's anus, the pair moves on to the latter's bedroom. Are they actually still going to continue the scene, or is this going to be fade to black? The bullets they use have become slimy and slippery from Ryoko's juices. Tokitaka will have to make sure to properly clean them. His thoughts linger on the possibility that one day, He might open fire at an enemy using the very same bullets that were once lodged deep inside Ryoko's anus. The question arises, would getting hit by such a bullet be a tragedy or a blessing in disguise? It's a tragedy, you idiot! Tokitaka can't quite tell. Okay, it's continuing. I guess, I can show YouTube a tiny bit of this. But, yeah, definitely something going on with these two. There's a separate storage compartment built into the underside of Ryoko's bed. It's where she keeps her sizable collection of sex toys. AI-controlled smart dildos, a variety of salacious costumes, and so on. An ergonomic dildo resembling a sea cucumber expands and contracts while releasing aphrodisiacs, using an onboard AI to deliver ever greater pleasure to the user, set to provide the perfect orgasm. Wow, the future of sex toys are crazy. There's also a small cooler box packed with all kinds of sexual supplements and aphrodisiacs. They're all things Tokitaka and Ryoko purchased together following Ikatsu's death.
お仕置きです。着替えてください。
Tokitaka picks out a costume and hands it to Ryoko.
恥ずかしいよ。
着替えてくれないなら、もうやめますよ。
そんな。
さっさとするんですね。
Ryoko begins putting on the selected costume as Tokitaka watches. Well, that was something. I really don't know how to feel about Ryoko, man. She is way too perverted. I'm kind of surprised that Ethika didn't go all the way with her then, if she's this perverted. But yeah, we are back, YouTube. You guys just missed Ryoko getting pounded like a crazy bitch she is. It is not death that mankind needs to conquer, but life. So goes the mantra of the Grave Crusade, advocated by Milgram and followed religiously by the suicide wannabes. Among the suicide wannabes exists an elite organization of necromancers, whose members carry out acts of terrorism under Milgram's direct command. They call themselves the Laboratory, and Pavlov is one of the select few belonging to their ranks. He serves Milgram as his trusted right-hand man, a loyal hound that does his master's bidding. He knows his place, his limits, and how he may be useful. His life is spent in service of the cause, a cause he would certainly not resent dying for. Or to be more precise, a cause that he wishes with all his heart to die for. As such, he thinks nothing of being ordered to infiltrate enemy territory, despite the rather obvious dangers involved. Oh, was it Pavlov that opened the lock, like, in our agency? Pavlov looks up at the window above him. Could their security system be down? Surely not. It hasn't been even a few days since the members of the Kara Suzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency faced off against Milgram. Rationally thinking, one would expect them to be doubly cautious at a time like this. Pavlov wonders whether to interpret the situation as a fortuitous opportunity or a carefully laid trap simply waiting to be sprung. So it's not him. Then who was it? Pavlov isn't just a loyal hound serving his master. He's also a seasoned warrior in his own right. Hesitation leads to delays in judgment, which can prove fatal. He knows this all too well. He lifts an arm and shoots his CNT wire into the air. Once he makes sure that the hook has properly attached itself to the window, he pulls himself up using the attached superconducting motor. Propelled by the momentum, he leaps toward the open window, displaying agility one wouldn't expect from someone of his size. Did not expect to get a scene with Pavlov there. Interesting. We do get a lot of perspective from everyone in this game, huh? The Military Police HQ. So now we're at Ethika. I hate this goddamn place. First off, it's too big for its own good. You can see it from literally anywhere in Shinjuku. If that doesn't scream pretentious, I don't know what does. I see that typo? They also never stop sending out vultures from the top to spy on people. These twin towers are a symbol of power and authority, and a crass one if you ask me. What's more, On the topmost floor is a man whose very existence brings my blood to a boil. You can't really expect me not to get pissed off whenever I look at it, can you? At the same time, though, this is also where the girl who means the world to me happens to work. Damn. I'd rather not run into her right now if I can help it. While I'm busy being lost in thought, I get stopped by the robot standing guard at the entrance. They're still not letting me through without the usual song and dance, I see. Anyway, I hold up my ID as requested. As a living dead stalker, I get free access to the military police HQ. But today's a little different. They've actually called for me. I get these strange chills whenever I come here. Never know where I might run into my old man. They were showing like some sort of bread and CG like during the loading screen, and I'm sort of hungry. Can't wait to get some food after this recording session. Kazuma, huh? Then again, I recall her saying that she's kind of an assistant to Dad these days. Makes sense then. Anyway, let's get this thing over with. The moment I walk in, Kazuma handcuffs me.
何これ何の権利が
権利犬に食わせろ
The chain connecting the cuffs isn't particularly tight, allowing my hands plenty of room to move around. The handcuffs are a very old school design, the sort you don't use outside of the bedroom nowadays. If they were genuinely trying to restrain me, they wouldn't be using this flimsy piece of shit. Any pro worth their salt would just go for a pair of stun cuffs. Restraint device attached to the wrists and ankles, capable of delivering electrical shocks in order to discourage resistance. Equipped with targeted mesh jammers to prevent con reusage, generally used alongside blackout colors. Depending on their budget, they could even get some blackout colors. A restraint device attached to the neck restricts blood flow and is capable of delivering electrical shocks directly to the brain stem, generally used alongside stun cuffs. Man, people could die just from these stupid cuffs, dude. I guess then again, like they said, humans are now like genetically modified, or not genetically modified, but they've like enhanced their bodies so much that the average defensive stuff just don't work as much as they used to anymore. That's why they use these crazy shit. Long story short, what we're doing right now is simply play acting, nothing more. A way to symbolically establish a power dynamic. Kazuma sits me down and has a long, hard look at my face.
どうして池袋に行った？
そんなのあのハゲ野郎に聞いてよ。どうして池袋の上を飛んでたんだって。
お前、私を舐めてんのか？
気持ちいいとこ舐めてあげよっか？
パイプランナーが遠距離から戦闘の様子を撮影してる。あんなリビングデッド見たことあるか？お前なんか妙なネクロマンサーと関係してんだろ。
少なくとも肉体の関係じゃないよね。
ふざけんな！
Kazuma pins my head to the table. There's not much I can do to resist with my hands cuffed.
お前らが池袋 CPC に行ったのが偶然じゃないってことは分かってんだ。お前らが召喚で確保したあのガキが関係してんだろ。お前ら私たちをコケにすんのもいい加減にしろ。
I listened to Kazuma vent all her frustrations on me. Aw, man. Now I'm starting to get pissed off too.
それじゃ言わせてもらうけどさ。お前らなんでタンユンシャンの情報を隠したんだ？
タンユンシャン？
池袋 CPC に入ったって情報データベースから消えてた。おめえらが情報を隠すからあたしらが危うく死にかけんだぞ。こっちはな自分の命張って戦ってんだ。対等に情報交換したいならおめえらだってあたしたちに誠意を見せるべきだろ。
マジかよ。データベースから隠蔽って
Wait, what? She didn't know. Does that mean I just leaked some info I really shouldn't have?
ああ、カズマ、ごめん、今のなし。
Just on the previous scene with Etika, she was saying that we shouldn't be talking about this, but I guess that was in Soen's perspective. Freaking Etika, man.
なしにできるか。くそ、池袋 CPC の調査を突然命じられたり、なんか気な臭いとは思ってたんだけど、木場野原少々、何を考えてんだ。
あんなバカほっとけよ。
少々愚弄する気か。
Kazuma's got her heart in the right place. It's just that she's a bit infatuated with the notion of authority, of there being a proper order of things. I'll never understand why she feels the need to obey someone like that, though.
ねえカズマ、私たちが池袋 CPC で誰と会ったか教えてやろうか。
I stand up with my hands still cuffed.
とんでもないネクロマンサーに遭遇したんだ。
I can see her stiffen up with anticipation.
とんでもないネクロマンサー。
ああ、それは。
I lean closer to Kazuma, almost like I'm about to whisper something to her, and open my mouth to bite into her ear.
やめろバカ。
She stops me at the last moment.
そういうことしてる場合じゃないだろ。
Huh. Did I just get rejected? And here I was, innocently trying to awaken the raging masochist inside her, like I always do. Oh well.
そりゃ体が治ったのは良かったけどさ。一応一日は運動できないんだろ。ちゃんと休めよ。
ふん、調べてくれたんだ。
うっせえな。手下の状況の把握は上司の義務だし。
It's not like living dead stalkers are officially under the military police's control, but whatever. Before I can respond, the abrupt chime of Kazuma's conry breaks the silence.
悪い呼び出しだ。取り調べはこれで。
まだ途中じゃないの？
木場野原少将から直々の呼び出しだ。
That comes as a bit of a gut punch. Fuck me. Why do these guys have such a hard-on for protocol? I silently hold my hands out in front of Kazuma, allowing her to undo the cuffs. Once that's over, I immediately turned around to leave. I mean, she did say we were done in everything. I'd like to collect the bounty for defeating old Baldy.
おい、エチカ。
Wait, did the Baldy actually die? I thought that we got fucked.
なんだよ。
私もできるだけのことはする。だから、阿蘇少佐、あんまり無理させんなよ。
待ってるって。
She could probably tell that it was Kiri who supplied me with that piece of info. The two of them go way back after all. As co-workers of the same age, they make sure to have each other's backs. It kind of makes me a little jealous, to be honest. Anyway, time to head back to the agency, Anna.
あれ、エチカちゃん。
キリね。
Now this is awkward. Especially considering the way I abruptly stormed off at the botanical garden. I still need to make that up to her. At the same time, I'd rather not mention our little trip to the Ikebukuro CPC. Last thing I want to do is give her a heart attack. Then again, she knows me well enough to be able to tell when I'm lying. So what now? I rack my brain for a moment despite knowing how futile it is. I'm not gonna just suddenly come up with a brilliant master plan here on the spot. Screw it.
仕事終わったらご飯食べに行かない？食べようって言って全然行けてないからさ。
困ったな。今日は夜勤でパイプランナーの保守点検の立ち会いがあるの。最近トラブルが多くてね。 その前に家に帰るつもりだったんだけど。
じゃあ今すぐ行くのは？
ああ、うん。それなら時間あるかな。
Man, Kiri's been real swamped with work these days, and I want to make sure she gets as much sleep as possible. Fast food it is then.
よし行こう、今行こう、すぐ行こう。
よし、わかった。ちょっと待ってて。
My excitement must be contagious. She seems pretty fired up. When I'm with Kiri, I sometimes can't tell which one of us is supposed to be the wise and responsible one. I don't think it's you, Ethica.
あ、ホテルでご飯？
それも悪くないけどね。
Is she just gonna buy those bread or whatever that we saw before? The Russian things, the Russian snacks.
お目当てはこっち。
Опять пришли эти девчонки.
What the hell did she just say? What the? I lead Kiri to my usual food stall.
いい香り。
でしょ？このお店、私の一押しなんだ。
The old lady who owns the stall looks at us with her signature scowl, not saying a word. Ever the reticent type.
どれも美味しそう。
おばちゃん、全部一個ずつちょうだい。
Да говори уж по-русски.
Why won't you translate this game? What the fuck? She clearly said something and not just ... The old lady takes 6 pieces of pierogi and stuffs them in a paper bag. She's not exactly a model of customer service, but she is handling the food with care. I make it a point to always have a bit of cash on me, in several currencies. After I pay the old lady in Russian rubles, she hands me the paper bag. It's still warm.
スーパーシーバー。
毎度。
We thank her and go on our way.
早く
焦らない。
We make our way to a nearby bench. If I were with any other girl, we'd probably be holding hands at this point. But this is Kiri. I sit down beside her, leaving some space between us. Not too close, not too far.
キリ姉は何の具がいい？
と、全部美味しそうで覚えてないな。何があったっけ？
魚でしょ？羊、ソーセージとゆで卵、それにキャベツと、あとはリンゴかな。
Damn, that actually sounds delicious. I'll take the one with sausages. And the one with apples, thank you.
じゃあ、リンゴ。
1個でいいの？
Kiri lets slip a bashful giggle. She's always like this when it comes to food. Like I said, really makes you wonder which one of us is supposed to be the responsible older sister.
それじゃあ、ソーセージと卵も。
What the? She's taking 3! She has the same taste as me, though. I would also, if I have the stomach space for it, I'd also take the eggs.
はーい。
ほかほか。
But usually 2 would be enough. Then again, I don't know what the scale of these bread look like. They look big, but they might be small.
あったまるよ。食べるとき気をつけてね。
No, they're decently big, it looks like. We each take our pierogies out of the bag.
いただきます。
キリ姉大丈夫？ああ、もう気をつけてって言ったのに、やけどしてない？
大丈夫。美味しい。
Kiri's face blossoms into a beaming smile. It makes my heart skip a beat. I smile back at her and take a bite out of my own pierogi. They're using artificial lamb meat to make these. A generous amount of filling, covered in buttery dough and lightly seasoned with salt and pepper. Simple yet delicious. Or at least it should be. Huh? Did they change the ingredients?
ねえ、エチカちゃん。
Kiri glances my way with a pleading expression.
ああ、はい。 交換ね。
ありがと
Man, you really know her.
う。とっても美味しい。
こっちは子供っぽい味でうまい。キリ姉はこういう味好きだよね。
そうだけど、そんないいことしないでよ。
いいじゃん。キリ姉が変わってなくて私は嬉しいよ。
After placing her pierogi on a handkerchief laid out across her lap, Kiri turns to look at me.
ねえ、エチカちゃん、
何キリ姉。
ずっとこのままでいようね。
That's a death flag, Kiri. Kiri has always been a voice of reason. Someone who's always right. At times, though, her words can cut like a dagger.
うん。そうだといいね。
The answer I end up giving her is vague and non-committal. We're seeing Konsu. Doesn't it look like we get a new CG with her? Iria and I take a Kulakon to the Hyper Ghetto. Even by Tokyo standards, this area is considered to be fairly dangerous. The Hyper Ghetto demands utmost vigilance from its visitors. There are no crowds to deter wrongdoers. I carefully drive toward our destination, and that's when I realize it. I've forgotten something of crucial importance.
本物の秋葉原駅だ。
I actually frequent there quite a lot when I was in Japan, because I did go to Akihabara, like, for a couple of consecutive days.
ほら見て、あそこ。人工衛星が落下したビル。
Is that supposed to be referencing, like, Steins Gate? Roughly 200 years ago, this area used to be known as Akihabara, and was revered as the holy land of various kinds of subculture media. The neighborhood and its iconic landmarks were also frequently featured in games and anime made at the time. Although the majority of the district fell to ruin during the aftermath of the Sino-American War, glimpses of its former glory can still be spotted here and there.
ねえねえ、降りていい？聖地巡礼。
ダメだ。
意地悪。
ついこの前の出来事忘れたとは言わせないよ。
はーい。
I had to remind Iria of a rather unpleasant incident, but at least it helped convince her. In any case, we eventually reached the entrance of Snowbound Nirvana. I wonder if my choices right now actually matter or not. Or, you know, the previous choice that I did actually matter or not. Or maybe it was fated that we would always, like, lose to Milgram on the first playthrough. Because some games actually have enforced, like, what is it? Route order, right?
ここがあの女のストアね。
あの女？
なんでもない。昔のスラング。
Iria has a habit of using peculiar words and phrases the rest of us have never even heard of. They are apparently slang expressions used by otaku in the 20th and 21st centuries, but I usually struggle to even pick up on what she's trying to say. I undo the security lock on the entrance. As soon as the door opens, our nostrils are hit by a rancid odor, accompanied by a gust of warm air. It's overwhelming after being outside in the hyper ghetto. Unfazed, Iria makes her way into the store and has a quick look around.
これって本物のブラウン管？すごい！アニメの中でしか見たことなかったけど、実在するんだ。
Man, you guys are such new young kids. I used to play in a freaking CRT when I was playing on my PS1 and PS2. I'm already used to seeing them, although to Iria, it's no doubt an entirely fresh experience. One thing's out of the ordinary, though, and that's the strong, thick smell that seems to completely dominate the inside of the room.
コンスー。
Hi there, Soen. At least that's what I think she said.
麺を飲み込んでから喋ってもらえるか。
I'm not getting through to her. Kansu is an incorrigible shut-in, which is reflected in her unhealthy diet. I've known her for a long time now, but I've yet to see her eat anything other than instant noodles. Hey, I eat instant noodles almost every day, okay? They taste good. And what? I'm not a shut-in. At least I hope I'm not. At least 70% of her body must be made of yakisoba at this point, with the remaining 30% being crazy dragon. Let me see how many calories that is. 573 calories in that yakisoba. Pretty much about how much my instant noodles, weigh. Once she's finished her noodles and washed it down with a can of energy drink, Kansu finally turns my way.
今日は
ああ、仕事の前に紹介しておく。
It's kind of disgusting though that you drink energy drink as like something you drink on a daily basis or to wash down something. I feel like that's actually disgusting.
今日は一人じゃないんだ。
Then again, if it's like a 0 calorie one, I guess I wouldn't mind. But then again, it still has so much caffeine though.
そっちは
The moment Kansu notices Iria, it's like she's had a bucket of dry ice poured on her.
3をつけろよデコスケ野郎。
デコスケ？
そうは黙ってて。
Iria is unusually fired up. Then again, she tends to cycle through a host of different emotions at the drop of a hat, so her behavior isn't really giving me any genuine cause for concern. However, what really catches me off guard is Kansu's reaction. She's never been the sociable type. I'm very much aware of that. Even still, she's acting uncharacteristically flustered.
コンスー、どうかしたのか？
なんでも
Is she really though?
今日はどうしてここに？
調べてほしいものが。
私が会いたいって言ったの。
Iria interrupts me almost like she's been waiting for this exact moment.
君とは一度会ってはっきりとさせておかなきゃならないと思ってね。はっきり。
Kansu's already pale complexion rapidly turns the shade of white marble.
コンス君はソウンとどんな関係なのか聞かせて。ソウンとの関係？そう逃げずにちゃんと答えてもらえますからね。
Iria is only growing more and more agitated. Kansu's reaction, however, is the exact opposite. She's finally starting to calm down a bit.
私とソウンは情報屋と客とか資料解析のパートナー。嘘だったら一緒に映画を見たりしない？
She does have a point. My relationship with Kansu is certainly a bit more nuanced.
君の作ったゲーム見させてもらったよ。
Iria is changing topics at breakneck speed. Now that I think about it, we did play Kansu's game at the arcade center the other day.
まあまあよくできてたじゃない。
超楽しいって言ってなかったか？
そんなにはしゃいでない。
Iria throws a deviant glare my way, then immediately turns back toward Kansu.
浜辺の風景作者の私からすればまだまだ爪が甘いわ。私の方が 全然うまく作れるんだから。イリア、あなたはデザイナーとしての記憶を取り戻した。
I guess Kansu was lying when she said she doesn't find anything in the highway, huh?
それは記憶はまだ取り戻してないけど。
Sorry about that. Visibly dejected, Iria mumbles the tail end of her sentence.
でも感覚的にわかるもん。仮想環境のデザインなんて手続き記憶になるくらい私に身近なものだったからね。そう、それはよかった。
Kansu seems oddly relieved.
そう、それで用事は
来島道也について知りたい。
どうして？
Hmm? I expected her to ask who he was, not why I need info on him.
涼子さんから事情は聞いてる？
いいえ、まだ。
僕たちは軍警察から情報を得て、タンユンシャンが姿を現したっていう池袋 CPC に行った。
それで
カルテが保管された隠し部屋を見つけたんだ。データをスキャンしたけど、その中にイリアのカルテだけが抜けてた。池袋 CPC とイリアの間にはタンユンシャンが狙うだけの秘密があるはずなんだ。
結びつけるのは短絡的思考、単なる気のせいだと思う。例えばカルテが風で飛んでいったとか。
帰りにミルグラムに襲われたんだ。
ミルグラムに。
Kansu is in the know, so to speak. She is well aware of what Milgram means to us living dead stalkers.
おまけにミルグラムは僕を知ってた。戦って殺されかけたんだ。池袋 CPC がどんな施設なのか、その所長の来島道也が一体何を研究していたのか、ミルグラムがどう関係してくるのか、それを知るのはイリアのためだけれども、同時に自分たちの身を守るためでもあるんだ。コンス、協力してくれないか？
She appears hesitant, which isn't terribly common for her. It seems almost like there's a set of conflicting emotions warring in her chest.
条件がある。
条件？
下に一緒に来て。
I see. The usual payment then.
私も。ダメ。は？なんで？大事な話。大事な話だったらなおさら私が一緒に。
イリア。
I look straight into Iria's eyes.
頼む。
わかった。
Well, this is gonna be an awkward way to, pay her after what we heard from Ethica previously. Although she doesn't seem to like it one bit, Iria agrees to stay.
その代わり変なことはしないで。
Well, it depends on her definition of weird.
そう。
わかったよ。変なことはしない。
行こう。そう。
As Kansu and I head downstairs, I can feel Iria staring daggers into my back. Kansu is known to be a pervert. She's not one to deny it either. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. Just in case this suddenly happens very abruptly that I can't say it. She's a hardcore masochist, to put it lightly, which is why she went out of her way to refurbish this basement into a torture chamber. When a job requires her to take considerable risks, she'll demand sexual favors as payment alongside monetary compensation. I'm apparently a highly suitable partner for that purpose. She'll occasionally sleep with Ethica as well, but when it comes to S&M, Kansu finds my company to be preferable. Honestly, as long as she's satisfied and holds up the end of her end of the bargain. I don't have any particular issues with this arrangement.
今日はどうするんだ？縛る？木馬？それとも
Today, though, there seems to be something off about her. Maybe it's actually not going to be sexual favors this time, Sona. I did see no CG after all. Normally, her cheeks would be flushed red, and she'd be trembling with arousal at the thought of imminent sex. Not this time, though.
ソウン。ソウンは、イリアが、好き。
That came out of nowhere.
その質問に何の意味が？
イリアは、ソウンに特別な興味があるみたい。
ただの刷り込みじゃないかな。
I think back to that snowy night at the Neokoma ruins.
最初に見たのが僕だから。
で、全部記憶を取り戻したら嫌いになる。
わからないな。コンス、君は一体何を言いたいんだ？
脳は自分が覚えていたくない記憶を消し去ることがある。心因性健忘症。もしイリアの過去が彼女にとって思い出すことさえ辛いものだったら、イリアは過去を思い出さない方がいい。その方が彼女も幸せ。
I think I finally understand what she's trying to get at. The Ikebukuro CPC was no ordinary facility. That much is for certain. I can't even begin to imagine what they were doing to all those orphans locked up in there.
そう。あなたにはイリアを傷つけてその責任を取る覚悟はある。
I simply wanted to grant her wish. I wanted to learn more about her. But what if she were about to keep her past buried and start a new life somewhere else? Couldn't that be another equally valid option for her?
そういう問いかけを投げておく。でも仕事は仕事。
All of a sudden, Kansu is back to her usual self. She's right. We came down here for a very specific reason. I guess we're still gonna do sexual favors? I'm a machine required to obey my client's request. To convert input into output. It's time to do my job.
先払いしようか。
そう。
Oh, I thought she was gonna say something more.
あれ。
All of a sudden, Kansu cocks her head to the side. It's almost like she was on the verge of saying something, but chose not to.
どうかしたのか？
いや、その。
Did Iria follow us down?
ソウンはミルグラムと戦ったって言ったよね。
ああ。
大丈夫だった。
実は結構な怪我を負ったんだ。もう少しでやられるところだった。三海に助けてもらったらしくて、気づいたら病院で目を覚ましていたんだけど。
軍警察附属病院。
もちろん。
Said facility is where living dead stalkers can receive the highest standard of care. When a stalker suffers a life-threatening injury, they'll be brought to the military police's hospital first.
こんな短期間で回復するとは思わなかった。さすがは軍警察の医療技術だね。
Guess this must be the first time he actually got fucked that hard. Damn, my choice must be screwing someone up.
あとはどれだけ早く僕に馴染んでくれるかが問題かな。コンス、聞いてる？
Kansu has fallen ominously silent, staring into space. There really is something off about her today. I tap her on the shoulder and give her a light shake.
どうしたんだコンス。どこか具合でも。
大丈夫。大丈夫。大丈夫。
The way she said that didn't sound particularly convincing. Under normal circumstances, she'd already be stripping down, eager for me to whip her with a cat o' nine tails. The fuck is that?
それで先払いの件は。
後払いでいい。
でもいつもなら。
イリアを待たせるから。
Kansu hurriedly interrupts me. She does have a point. It might not be the best idea to start doing hardcore S&M while Iria is right there in the next room. Besides, we're in Akihabara. I worry that she might slip out and go off on a little expedition on her own.
ありがとう。そうしてもらえると助かる。
Kansu nods. I'll have to make this up to her at a later time. Okay, guess we're safe, YouTube.
そう遅いよ。何をしてる
I rarely see Kansu become this agitated.
の？暇だったからちょっと使わせてもらったよ。ネットは広大だね。
Iria is sitting atop the refrigerator, the seat normally reserved for Kansu herself. She appears to have been browsing some news site to kill time. However, that peculiar tone graph of hers is once again there, hovering right above her palm. She doesn't seem to be paying it much heed though. I wonder if it just started up on its own like last time.
勝手に他人のコンピューターを触るのはどうかと思うけど。
パスワードかけたのに。嘘。触ったら勝手に認証解除されたけど。ありえない。生体認証も何重にもかけてあったのに。
Maybe that's the function of her tone graph. Maybe that's also what causes our security at home to be malfunctioning. As an information broker, robust security measures are of paramount importance to Kansu. There's absolutely no way she'd make an amateur mistake like this.
なんでこんなどうして
Kansu is beyond flabbergasted. That reminds me, didn't we also have a security problem? Didn't we also have security problems of our own back at the agency? Assuming there's a flaw in the security system, does that mean our personal information might have leaked to outside parties? If that's the case, then...
チェックをした方がいいかもしれない。
もちろんやる。何回もやる。クリーンインストールした方がいいかな。それってどのくらい時間かかるの？もう疲れちゃったよ。早くても半日くらいかかるかも。
そんなにか。
It might be better to leave the investigation to Kansu and head off to take care of some other business in the meantime.
ねえ、そういえば副都知事見つかったって。
本当か？
ニュースでやってた。旧お台場エリアで水死体が浮かんだって。
Guess he's dead.
そうか。
The same vice governor that Tang Yunshan kidnapped. The fact that he ended up dead means they didn't abduct him purely to cash in on a ransom. Milgram could have easily used his necromancy to turn the vice governor into a hi-fi living dead and use him as a sleeper agent. But he didn't do that. So what is he really after?
行ってみようか。
何か見つかったら連絡する。
There's definitely a lot of questions in this game so far.
よろしく頼む。
いってらっしゃい。バイバイキー。
As we exit the store, I check my Conry. Let's see. The most efficient route to the old Odaiba district would be...
向かうのは浅草だよ。
浅草？旧お台場じゃ。
あれはソウンを早く引っ張り出すための嘘。
A lie?
池袋 CPC から 私のカルテが抜けてたって話をしたとき、コンスーが何て言ったか覚えてる？
I guess we didn't find anything about the vice governor then.
なんだっけ？
カルテが風で飛んでった。
I do recall her saying something along those lines.
どうして彼女は紙のカルテだって知ってたの？
An excellent observation. Usually, when we talk about records, we mean digital ones. It's very rare for anyone to print things on actual paper these days.
さっき見た PC の中に来島道也のデータが眠ってた。
来島道也の？
そう。コンスーは道也を知っててあらかじめ調べてた。でもそのことは私たちに意図的に伝えてない。ねえ、そう、コンスーって人本当に信頼できる？
I'm not sure how to answer. The entire time I've known her, it's never even crossed my mind to doubt Kansu. I've always placed the utmost trust in her. But Iria is right in pointing out that her behavior today was more than a little unusual. I choose my words carefully before answering.
もしコンスーが来島道也のことを知っていて隠しているなら、それはその方が僕たちに利益があると考えてのことだと思う。
そっか。
Iria nods somewhat hesitantly, then sends over the data she's copied to her connery.
コンスーの集めたデータはこんな感じ。これでもまだ多いとは言えないけど。
When Ryoko tried looking into him, she didn't find anything. Kansu might have used the highway to obtain this data. Kurushima Michiya, an expert in the fields of cognitive ethology, neuroscience, and various other brain sciences. He worked at the University of Tokyo's very own Dokujima Laboratory, and was widely considered a prodigy at the time. A former research institute at Tokyo University, Kurushima Michiya belonged to it. His most notable work is an essay titled The New Generation Influencer Hypothesis. It supposedly outlines research pertaining to people with a particularly high influence in society, although the vast majority of the original text has since been lost, leaving us with nothing but a mere synopsis. Kuroshima's last recorded place of residence is an apartment building located in Asakusa. He appears to have lived alone, but the records show that he hasn't entered the apartment in over a year. In any case, I should report these findings to Ryoko.
珍しいな。
She's probably still having sex with Tokitaka? My connery is unable to reach her. Did she have some urgent business to take care of? We've always relied on Ryoko to determine our course of action in complicated situations like this. It makes me a little uneasy knowing that I'll have to decide what to do next on my own. I wonder if I can handle this alone.
そう？
ああ、わかってる。
It's no use standing around here contemplating things. We'd only be wasting precious time. Let's do this the simple, straightforward way.
浅草に行ってみよ
私も賛成。あ、でも副都知事も気になるんだよね。
Okay, I guess that was not a lie, but it was to divert the truth.
そっちが先の方がいいかな。
う。いや、今のままでいい。
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested, but that case is under the military police's jurisdiction. I could try and poke around, but it wouldn't yield much.
あっちはエチカ向けだ。
Yeah, I guess there was no CG there. It's not Tang Yunshan. I'm guessing that's Ethica's dad. But with that, I am going to end the episode right here. Yeah, these, like, when you change perspective during these scenes, it's actually very nice to know when to end the episode. So after, like, you end a scene, it's the perfect place for you to end it. Because it's been an hour 32 minutes right now. And I'm pretty hungry. So with that, we learned quite a bit of stuff, but also don't really have a lot of answers to most stuff in this game. The mystery is definitely the main appeal for now, right now, for me. And also, like, the action fights are also very engaging. But yeah, with that, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with all the 18s uncensored, which you might want because this playthrough is only once a week. On Patreon, it's like 3 times a week. And with that, I'll be taking a short break, make myself some food, and I will shortly be back with you guys in the next episode.